Why are conservative Adventists so excited about Antitrinitarianism? Why is it so appealing for them? Why not so many liberals are into it? The reason is quite simple. The motive is a research of something new, some new excitement about knowing something that others don't know. It's an allergy towards tradition, an allergy towards institution. Therefore, it's an attempt to fall in love again as when you fell in love when you knew about Adventism, because it was so different from the rest of Protestantism, it was so different from the tradition of Catholicism, Orthodoxy, or other religions. And so it is exciting to get into something new, hoping that this something new will give you finally that sense of love and affection that you are so much longing for and that you did not find into what you knew before. Now, there is a problem with this, and the problem is that it shows that the person did not go through the process of faith properly. Let's explain what I mean. When you fell in love initially with the message of Adventism, you are at stage 1. After this stage 1, which will last for a certain time, you will then end up into being a disciple, receiving from others instructions about Adventism and learning about what it is and how to live. You will be excited about this growth process, and then you will then become a teacher yourself to others. So this is stage 3. Stage 1, falling in love. Stage 2, being a disciple and receiving instruction. Stage 3, discipleship towards others. So you become a teacher. Therefore, you will become an elder, you will become a deacon, you will become somebody who is assisting others in their spiritual journey. And then you will end up being stuck in that situation because you will not know how to advance from there forward, because now you are a leader. And after the stage of leader, there is nothing else. Yes, you can grow in your career according to the talents and the capacity. Somebody will just remain a local elder, somebody will just remain a local deacon, somebody will become a pastor, somebody will become a conference president, somebody will become a division president. But everybody, when he will reach that stage, will be then finishing the potential of his development. So the rest would be only informational development, but this is not really what gives passion for the individual. So what people end up doing is they are searching something that would replace them, this falling in love element, and reproduce it again now in this new stage of leadership. And this usually is done by a theory, a new gospel, a new understanding of life, which then becomes so important and so central, and that becomes salvational. And this is exactly the example of Antitrinitarianism now within Adventism. So people that end up at stage 3 and they end up either in burnout or they start a crisis because of internal conflicts within the church, they understand that the institution is not everything, there is something more, then they are faced with the choice to throw out everything and then run towards the world, the choice to lean back on the basic understanding of the gospel of grace and therefore just rely on grace and let life go as it goes, and we just stay members, exactly as liberals do. So you have people that are going out from the church, going into the world. You have people that stay within the church but are living a liberal lifestyle, and they don't really care about the deeper things. They just trust that God will take care of grace. And then you have the conservatives, which are very eager to go deeper and deeper and deeper. The problem is that deeper you go, deeper is the pressure on the Gnostic perspective. What do I mean by that? Gnosticism is understanding God or attempting to understand God from a rational perspective, mingled with your efforts of spirituality. It's an old heresy from the 1st century. Origen of Alexandria was one of the promoters. So Gnosticism is today present in New Age, is present into different spiritual views of life. And the common denominator is always this self-growth Okay, so the self-growth concept in Gnosticism and in New Age is exactly the same that is present in the conservative world of Adventism, and is based on the personal effort that the individual does to understand God. The problem is that this is impossible. It's impossible to understand God as much as it's impossible to do God's will, because human nature cannot do it. Apostle Paul says in Romans chapter 7, there is nothing good that is found in me. Therefore, wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? Although I would give my body to be burned, although I would give everything I have to the poor, it will profit me nothing. So the only thing that would profit for us, it is the submission to the hierarchical structure, and because of that submission, we will be granted faith, and which will then lead to the process of the production of the fruit of the Spirit within us, which is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, peace, and so on. So this faith, this trusting in the divine authority, will bring into completion the whole fruit of the Spirit, because the one who has started a good work in us will complete it and bring it unto an end, but it has to imply the submission to the hierarchical structure. Now, although Antitrinitarianism may look like a submission to the hierarchical structure, it is not, because it is a Gnostic attempt to understand God from a human perspective and with human tools. It is the same thing that our pioneers ended up into when they were Arians, when they were Antitrinitarians. And then Ellen White would write in Desire of Ages that we have a God, a triune God, a heavenly trio. So many Antitrinitarians needed to reschedule their understanding about the Godhead, step back, and submit to the authority of the prophet on this matter. Now, many Antitrinitarians would use the argument that because of our pioneers were like this, so we have to be so. It is not true. It is not true, because we can go back in history and find all sorts of things, all sorts of heresies, and people that have said good things, then they end up doing something else, like Wagner and Jones. Shall we throw away Wagner and Jones' understanding of 1888 just because Wagner and Jones, both of them, ended up out of the church after? Shall we throw away all the health benefits discovered by John Harvey Kellogg, which was following Spirit of Prophecy, and it was 5 years in advance in his medical discoveries compared to the world? Shall we throw it away because he left the church because of this power mania? We cannot throw away the baby with the bathwater. We need to retain what is good. We need to taste all spirit and retain what is good. Now, for Antitrinitarianism, what is not good is the anthropocentric effort to understand God and the lack of submission to the hierarchical structure of unknowing. I know that I don't know was the motto of Socrates. Now, Antitrinitarians would say, I know that I know better. And this is not how it functions. You need to step down and submit to the Christian tradition of more than 2,000 years of understanding of the Godhead. Now, Catholics might not all agree in exactly the understanding of the Trinity, but Catholic doctrine is not that different from Adventist doctrine of the understanding of the Trinity. Some people say that Catholic doctrine says that it's one God with three faces. It's not actually true. In the Catechism, you will find that it is three persons. Now, if some Catholics, they don't understand it like that, they misunderstand, it's normal. It's not even a topic that we should talk about. But it is three persons. It is what we should baptize into in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It is something that was present at baptism. It is something that is present at creation. The Spirit of God was hallowed upon the waters, and the Word was uttered, and God was the initiatory of everything. So we trust that we know that we don't know. Okay, this is important. This pearl, this gem, may it be encapsulated in you. Do not forget that the concept of Trinity, the concept of the Godhead, is not a topic that we should go into. May everybody who attempts to go into this topic be cursed. May everybody who is trying Gnostically to explain God while we are neither equal nor superior to God, may he be cursed and anathema. So please, please do not go into that area. Stay firm. Do not try to be hyper excited about something new, because you have arrived to this stage of doubt in the Adventist message. Now you need to find something new to keep you up going. Otherwise you would be having been going in the world. May God help you in this. May you be coming out of that condition. And if don't, please, may you be considered anathema. And all of you around these people, do not mingle with them. Do not support them. Do not follow them, because they are heretics. So let us unite. Let us press together. Let us not discuss topics which are not essentials. Let us focus on what is essential for salvation, which is the application of the great law of life in chapter 1 of the Desire of Ages. The application of the submission to the hierarchical structure of divinity, the submission to the acknowledgement that we are channels and not owners. We are administrators and not owners of reality, of life, of existence, of time, of money. May we know that Gnosticism and human intellectual attempt to try to understand God will not lead us into the understanding of God, but will lead us towards Satan, while we are actually thinking to go towards God. The only effort we can do, and the only good step we can do, it is to give up. Give up. Do not try to fight this battle with your own strength. Give it up, and Christ will give you the strength. If you try to fight with your own strength, you will be destroyed. May God lead all those that want to be with him in these last stages of the final conflict.